Hey, gorgeous one, Cindy here. I wanted to chat with you about how my chronic skin condition really helped me resolve a lot of my suppressed trauma. And the reason I want to chat to you about this tonight is because a lot of us will carry some form of physical condition, okay? And will carry some form of physical ailment. And when we're holding that physical ailment in our body, what it actually is designed to do is to show us something about ourselves. Now, we quite often will reject that condition, or reject that ailment, or reject that disease or dis-ease, if you want to call it that, and just go, oh, there's something wrong with me, right? What if there was everything right with you, and that everything right with you was designed to actually show you something about yourself that you can become even grander in? Now, what I mean by that is, for example, okay, I had a chronic skin condition for 11 years, and it was so bad. It was just, I couldn't get in the shower without it stinging. I'd have blood under my fingernails from the itching, and forget about my sex life. Like, it was just gone, right? So I had to understand why was this so aggressive? First of all, why is this condition so aggressive, and what was it wanting me to know? Now, whenever you've got some type of illness or disease or condition or an ailment, it's a physical manifestation of an emotional or an energetic trauma or block, right? So I had done enough work in the energetic realms and the naturopathic realms to know that, hey, this is designed to teach me something. So I would do a lot of work on the medicine side, but not necessarily a lot on the energetic side. And I just asked, I said, show me what it is you want me to learn about this, right? Now, the first thing I learned about myself is I spent all of my time in protection, because our skin is our greatest protective mechanism. Think about it, right? It holds everything in. Anything that's on the external world has to come through the layer of the skin in order to get into the system. So I first of all had to look in my life, all right, where am I protecting myself? The second place was, I need to look at what chakra it was showing up in, and it was showing up in my base chakra and my throat chakra, okay? So what was I blocking in that area? The first thing was I needed to learn to step into my own power and use my voice and use my service and use my ability to communicate, right? My own heart center out into the world. That was what I learned from my skin condition, and I have promised myself from that very day of getting that knowing that I would never let that retract, and I won't. The second thing is that I have spent my whole life hiding in sexuality and sensuality, right? I would make myself always appear available but never be available. I would not allow myself to receive deep love. I would not allow myself to receive deep touch, because I was so in a protective mode of, oh, I'm going to get hurt, so I've got to just reject this and I've got to shut it down before anything even allows me to get close and open up and become into a vulnerable woman. So my skin condition, my chronic skin condition, taught me about my unresolved trauma of hiding. It taught me about my unresolved trauma of always protecting myself and never allowing myself to step up and flow and be creative. And it also showed me that I had to be able to use my voice, because for so long I'd subordinated my own knowing for the approval of others and their opinions. So when I started to shift that, and it's literally just, you know what, I'm not going to do this to myself anymore, and you choose you, and you choose the messages that you get to be your trusting guide, then guess what? After 11 years of doing this, along with naturopathic foods and medicines and working with my environment, it shifted. And it literally shifted within 4 weeks, because I started to move, and I'd been suffering with this condition for 11 years, okay? So it's very important that anything that you've got going on, it may even just be a virus, right? And it may be a tummy bug. And if you look at that, that virus is so acute and it's so aggressive that somewhere in your life you're grieving the loss of your perceived power. Now, you've been disempowered if you're getting some chronic stomach bug, and you've got to find where it is in your life. It'll have a lot to do with your masculine and feminine energy, okay? Because that sits very much in your sacral chakra. So I'm telling you all of this because I want you to start to look at yourself differently. I want you to start to understand that nothing is just by chance, right? Everything's created to enable us. Life just doesn't happen to us. Life happens for us. Life happens through us, okay? And when we start to live from that platform and understand ourselves on that level, then what we do is we start to become our own remedy. We start to shift ourselves into a space where no matter what is going on for us, we get us. We love ourselves. We've got our own back because we can start to understand ourselves intimately. Now, there's a lot of things that come up with illnesses and diseases, and I'm not saying to ignore the physical side, that you do need to have support around any type of condition, you know, whether it is through naturopathic medicine or conventional medicine. What I want you to understand, though, is that's not it. That's not the whole picture. The whole picture has everything to do with the emotional or the energetic block or trauma that started to cause that condition to be able to thrive, right? Because whatever you suppress is destined to be expressed. Now, when it's expressed, it probably will not be in the way that we would like it to be. So for so long, 30 years, right? 30 plus years, I'd suppressed my sexuality. I'd suppressed my sensuality. I'd suppressed my ability to just trust and let go and know that, you know what, it's okay, and to love myself wholly, that I knew I was so deserving of receiving love. I'd suppressed that for so long to the point where I actually had no self-worth. I thought that anytime I spoke, it was not even worthy of my voice. And what happened is I started to shift that to be able to express myself through my voice, my sensuality, my sexuality, and heal my condition. Okay? So I hope this makes sense to you, and please reach out to me if it doesn't. If you haven't worked with me before and you would like to work with me, or you'd like to see how we fit together, I've popped a link above the video where you can connect with me for a 30-minute free power call so that we can work out perhaps how we can map and bridge the gap between your physical condition, what's going on there, and the emotional or the energetic blocks that have actually caused the trauma in the first place. And some are very complicated. As I said, you know, it took me a very long time to work mine out, a very, very long time. And you know what's really funny? I just want to share this with you before I go. Well, it's not funny. It's actually quite cool. Is that the moment I can feel my husband and I starting to retract a little and go into our own little world and feel that pull away from each other, and therefore I'm pulling away from my femininity, and I'm pulling away from my my divine power, and I'm pulling away from my deep soulful connection that I just desire every day. Guess what? I can start to feel a little flare, and I go, oh, okay, I can feel that little flare in my skin, in my throat chakra. What do I now need to say to my husband in order for this connection to come back? And it's literally just that simple. Once you know what's going on for you on that level, you can really, really become your own remedy and start to heal yourself on levels that you just probably haven't even thought of. And those of you that have worked with me for a while will understand exactly how important it is to be able to access yourself on the level of your energetics, access yourself on the level of your environment, both your external and your internal environment, and access the foods and the medicines from the earth to be able to complement those other two levels. So I'm sending you all so much love. I'm so sorry I didn't drop in yesterday. I had patients back to back all day. It was my mum's birthday today, and this is the only opportunity I've had to jump on and get this down for you because it's so important. Everyone's suffering with something. Everyone suffers with something. And if we can relieve our suffering even so slightly or greatly or completely just by knowing ourselves a little more intimately and understanding ourselves and our patterns, then we're starting to create a path of the reality that we want to live. We're starting to become our own remedy. And that is my gift to you, and I'm here for you 100%. So much love. Bye for now, and I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.